Okay, we're going to click at the little cat head again. Whoops, head back, cat head, and then choose a little paint. So we're going to paint or create our second sprite here. And this will be our input device. Input, oops, so we call it input device. All right, so I named that costume input device. I skipped that in the last step. That's okay. But this costume has a name here, input device. And we're going to go ahead and draw a square. The other thing that I want to make sure you're aware of, right? If you pay attention right here in the center of this checkered area, you'll see a little circle. We want to make sure that this is pretty much in the center there. Okay, it's okay if it's not perfect, but you kind of want to get close to that. Okay, don't worry about this right now. I know this doesn't look centered. Worry about this shape right here being centered to that little dot. So I'm going to grab about the center here, and the center's around there. All right, now we're going to go ahead and change the fill of that. So I'm going to make this one purple and get some text here. Make the text white. Okay, there's a bright. This will be input device. And we'll put parentheses again, and we'll put I. And now we're going to switch to this arrow, the select tool, so we can move that over a little bit here. Okay, so we've got that. And now we're done with that one, so we're just going to click code just to get out of there. And we're going to move this one over to the left-hand side. And now what we're going to do as well with this one is we're going to go ahead and resize it so that it is a little bit smaller in size, and so that it's not taking as much space here, right? So we want to make sure that we shrink this down a little bit. So let's go ahead and go to costumes. We're going to notice I'm going to click the select tool, click out here and drag down. I make a square. And then the corner allows me to resize this. I'm going to move this down a little bit. There's another way as well to resize this. I'll show you the other way in a second here. Okay, we had code. Now I go back and we reorient it there. Okay, another possible thing you can do, right? You can click on this and then you can go to size. And you can, for example, reduce this to, let's say, 75 and press enter. And that reduces it to 75%. Okay, so we got a smaller shape going on there. That's fine. Let's go ahead and double click on this, and we're going to rename in the properties box here for that sprite. We're going to go ahead and rename that to input. Press enter. So far we've got computer and we've got input. We're going to go ahead and repeat again, and we're going to paint. I'll go a little faster because you probably got the hang of this now. I'm going to draw another square here. By the way, if you want to draw a perfect square, so you see if you just draw, you're going to get kind of like a rectangle. If while you're moving this mouse, so you see as I'm dragging, if I hold down the shift key on the keyboard, it'll give me a perfect square. All right, so now I got a square there. I'm going to go ahead and change the color of this one. Let's go with yellow. Switch to text. I'm going to make my text black since I'm on yellow. And I'm going to call this output enter device enter, and then parentheses. I'm going to go ahead and put O. Move that sort of in the center there. All right. Now I'm going to go over here to code. Position this on the right hand side. Let's change the size to 75. Doesn't have to be perfect there, so we got a little bit. Actually, just so that it matches the one on the right, I'm going to make it 60. It's a little closer. Okay, so we've got input device, we've got output device, And now we need some some squares in the middle here. So we're going to go ahead and do another. Oops, almost forgot this one. One that is currently output device. You need to make sure you label that output.